hey, till you start
Hey.
talking. That's when I know we live, when you start talking.
Oh shit. Welcome to Premium MMA. My name is Hydro, aka Big Splash, and I'm here to give you my full breakdown on the UFC 286. And my partner to join me here to do that is my boy Chris, aka Craig.
What's up, y'all? We about to give y'all our breakdown predictions and how we feel about UFC 286. Let's get it.
Let's get right into it. We got first fight of the night. Juliana Miller versus Veronica Macedo. Juliana Miller is 4-1. Veronica is 6-4. Watching tape on Veronica. Oh, I didn't like her style at all. She's honestly one of those girls in the UFC that I don't think is gonna make it too far. Her stand up is not too great. She gets hit more than she lands. Her ground game, she could barely get a takedown. And I'm not even being mean. I'm just being honest. That's just what I saw in the tapes. But my girl Juliana here, I think she's gonna be able to do whatever she wants to this girl. Juliana, her striking has gotten way better since her Ultimate Fighter appearance, and her ground game is obviously really good. She averages 4 takedowns in a fight. Her takedown accuracy right now is still 100%. So yeah, her ground game is really good. She's slick on the ground. Her striking has improved a lot, and she showed it in the Ultimate Fighter and in the finalist. I was going against her, but yeah, she really did surprise me. So my pick here is Juliana Miller. What do you think, Cray?
I have to agree. I think Juliana Miller is a way better fighter. She's 4-1. She has a knockout over Brogan Walker. And then on the other hand, Veronica Macedo, she has 1 win. What I say wrong? Hey.
Okay. Nigga, bro, niggas cannot go live with me. I'm just the most
Fucking slow ass.
the slowest dude ever going live with. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Back to
Good.
what my boy Kurt was saying.
Okay, so she beat Brogan Walker. And then on the other hand, Veronica Macedo, she beat Poliana Viana a few fights ago. That's her only fight in the UFC that she won, was against Poliana Viana. Apart from that, Veronica's on a 2-fight losing streak right now. And I think Juliana Miller's a better fighter all around. So I agree. Hey, Juliana Miller is getting a W. Easy W.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm the most horrible host ever. I'm the most horrible live host ever. I am so sorry. All right.
Let's go.
So we both agree on Juliana Miller, Killer Miller. On to the next one.
I think that might even be a safe parlay piece.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. She is actually part of my parlay piece, and I do a 3-way parlay, and then I money line one underdog, and yeah, she is my first leg to my parlay piece. She is a really good safe parlay piece. So yeah, next up right here we got Jai Herbert 12-4 versus Ludovic Klein 19-4. Oh, this one. At first I was like, this is a pretty close fight, which it is a close fight. Honestly, anyone in the lightweight division fighting Jai Herbert is it's a close fight. Honestly, unless it's like someone in the top 5. But other than that, Jai Herbert has really good striking. He trains with Leon Edwards, so that's all he depends on is his striking. As you could tell, look at his grappling stats. He averages 0 takedowns and his accuracy is 0% because he don't go for takedowns. He's a straight. He'll defend takedowns. It's 56%, which is pretty decent. But other than that, he'll be able to get back to his feet when he does get taken down and just stand and bang there. But that's also dangerous because he does not have a chin. He gets knocked out. And my boy Ludovic Klein here is smaller and got less reach than Jai Herbert. But watching Ludovic Klein's footage, Ludovic Klein, he marches forward, he keeps the pressure, he knows how to he'll stand and bang with you. And I think he hits harder than Jai Herbert. He does have knockout power. Um, Only thing I could say is Ludovic Klein also does keep his chin in the air when he throws. But other than that, he's pretty accurate with his shots. He doesn't just throw to throw. He does throw, but he lands pretty accurate, and he has the grappling advantage over Jai Herbert as well, with his one takedown per fight, and his takedown defense is 88%. So, but I doubt Jai Herbert's even gonna go for a takedown. This is going to stay strictly on the feet. If anything, Ludovic Klein will shoot for a takedown if he is getting pieced up. Because I think he is the more higher IQ fighter and all around better fighter. So the pick here for me is Ludovic Klein. What do you think, Cray?
I agree. I think Ludovic Klein wins. But Jay Herbert, look, on one hand, Jay Herbert in the UFC, he's 2-3. He's been knocked out in 2 fights. I think there's gonna be a straight striking fight, and it's pretty close when it comes to just striking. I think Ludovic has an edge, but Jay Herbert again, he's been knocked out twice. So I think if someone gets caught and goes to sleep, it's gonna be Jay Herbert. Ludovic Klein, he actually just beat Mason Jones. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards Ludovic Klein. I think this is gonna be a good fight for him, a good matchup, and yeah, that's my take on it.
Ludovic Klein, baby. On to the next one. Next fight, we got Jennifer Maia, 20-9, versus Casey O'Neill, 9-0.
We split.
We are because Casey O'Neill here is undefeated, and I was going with her because first, look here, I watched both of their footages at first. I know who Jennifer Maia is. She's an active fighter. She's really active. She fights a lot, and and I think Jennifer's striking has just improved a bunch. Just each fight, her striking and takedown defense, because she is mainly a striker. And yeah, her kickboxing just looks phenomenal. It looks really solid, and she defends these takedowns from these other women pretty well as well. And but Casey O'Neill, when I was watching her footage, she didn't look good on the feet. I didn't like her. I didn't like her stand up. Even while she did try to get takedowns, it was the girls, they did defend her takedowns. She was able to get a few takedowns, probably some trips or something, but other than that, it wasn't. She didn't impress me. She looked like just a. She didn't look good to me. She's not 9-0 worthy to me. I think Jennifer Maia here is gonna take her O, and the pick here for me is Jennifer Maia. I think Maia, even on the ground, Maia has better jiu-jitsu, and yeah. So the pick here for me is Jennifer. And y'all might disagree with me. A lot of y'all might disagree with me, but Jennifer's been showing me a lot, so my pick here is Jennifer.
I was listening, but I was on my phone right now because the card got rearranged. The next fight was supposed to be Joanne Wood. I forgot. They changed. Yeah, no, they changed some fights around, but we still got all the fights.
So we got everything.
So on this fight though, I got Casey O'Neill, and they both fought Roxanne. I don't know how you say her last name. Modafferi, whatever it is. They both went the distance with her. Jennifer Maia got a clearer win, so she looked better, but that was years ago. And she's a good grappler, but at the end of the day, I think Casey O'Neill, she's young, she's hungry, she's ambitious, she's coming up right now. She's how old? 25. Jennifer Maia's 34. And Casey O'Neill in her three, hold up, she has 4 fights in the UFC, and she's finished 3 of them. So she's just getting, in my eyes, she's getting better and better. She's good. She's got good hands. She's a good grappler. She's a good wrestler. I think she can hang with Jennifer Maia. I don't think Jennifer Maia could finish her. I still think Casey O'Neill is gonna be a way better fighter. Like, she keeps getting better every fight. So I'm leaning with Casey O'Neill on this fight. I think she wins. I think she beats Jennifer Maia 30-27. Maybe even gets a finish. That's what I think.
No, to be honest, I this is a close fight. This is a good matchup. Especially, I think this is a good. This is a test. This is a good test for Casey O'Neill. Honestly,
It is. It is.
because
I
Jennifer
don't. I don't
Maia's
think
no
she.
joke.
I don't think she steamrolls Jennifer Maia, but I think she just. I think she wins every round. I do. I think she literally just
Yeah.
finds a way. Like, if she plays it round by round, she wins every round, and I think she could find a finish in those rounds. So I don't know.
So, but definitely don't bet on this fight.
Yeah, no, I'm not betting on it. You
Listen,
guys shouldn't bet on it unless
do not bet on this fight. This
a
fight
lot
is
of
actually
female
closer
fights
than.
is a no go for me.
Because looking at the records might fool you, but Jennifer Maia, like I said, she's a good fighter. To me, at least, I think she's a really good
No,
fighter.
she's a good fighter. I
And
just think she's a little bit past her prime.
yeah.
Not that she's old. She's just, I don't know. Casey's young and hungry. But
All
yeah.
right. On to the next one. We got Jake Hadley versus Malcolm Gordon. Jake Hadley is 9-1. Malcolm is 14-6. My boy Jake Hadley, he's a really good flyweight fighter. He's honestly, I could see him in the top 10 rankings. I don't think he's ranked yet, but I could see him in the top 10 doing his thing. Probably get one of them top 5 rankings. But he just needs a few more fights, a little bit more experience to to get to that level. But honestly, he's a southpaw fighter. I love the southpaw fighters. They all got hands, which Jake Hadley got hands, and he has a great ground game. But it says his takedown average is less than 1 takedown. But to be honest, it looks like here he could take you down whenever if he tried to. It's 100%. And his ground game, his jiu-jitsu is also really good. He knows how to scramble. He knows how to move around on the ground. His striking is really, really good too. I'm a fan of his striking. He at least lands more than he gets hit. So, and I just think overall he's just a really good elite MMA all-around good fighter, So I got Jake Hadley in this matchup. I ain't even got to speak on Malcolm Gordon because Malcolm, I was watching his footage. People say don't sleep on Malcolm, but Malcolm, look at his stats. He gets hit more than he lands, and his takedown defense is only 9%. So people, and when I was watching his footage, that's terrible. Everyone was taking him to the ground. He got taken to the ground and controlled in all his fights. But the only time he won is by probably knockout or. I think by a knockout or maybe, I don't know, maybe a decision, but no, while I was watching his tape, he just he swings wild. He's not calculated even with his takedowns. He doesn't set up his takedowns. He doesn't throw shots or he doesn't throw punches before he goes for his takedowns. He just, I don't know. I just didn't like the way he fights. I don't think he's a UFC caliber fighter. And even in his wins, his wins didn't look too good. But Jake Hadley here is a really good UFC elite fighter, so I think Jake Hadley could do whatever he wants here to Michael Gordon. So the pick here is Jake Hadley, and Jake Hadley is not part of my parlay, but I would say he's a safe parlay piece. I would say he's a safe parlay piece. So yeah, for me, the pick here is Jake Hadley. Cray.
I think the same. I think he's a safe piece. Malcolm Gordon in his UFC run, he only has one real win. I think he has 2 wins. One of them was a guy popped his elbow or his shoulder. No, his elbow got popped out.
It was his arm. Or some
shit. Yeah, his elbow popped out. Something happened, but he obviously got the win. Congrats. But apart from that, he only has one real UFC win, and then. They both have they both don't have the best defense, and from what I've seen, they both don't have the best defense. But Jake Hadley is a better all-around fighter. He comes from Cage Warriors, and I think a lot of the people that come from Cage Warriors, they have potential in them. Obviously, they're not all going to make it, but I think he has a really good chance at like having a good run in the UFC, and I think he wins this fight fairly easy. I think if it's on the feet, he wins. If it goes to the ground, I think he wins too. So my pick is Jake Hadley.
On to the next one.
His only loss, by the way, is to Alan Nascimento, who is a really good fighter in the UFC.
Fighter, right? Alex. Yep.
So that is not a bad loss on Jake Hadley's part. Other than that, he's been pretty good. Shit.
Next up,
Who's next?
we got Christian Leroy Duncan, an undefeated fighter, versus Dusko Todorovic,
Another
who is
one
12
where I
and
think
3.
We are split.
I got Dusko. I got Todorovic in this one because
We're not split. I don't know why I thought we were split on this.
no, I got
we
Dusko. I been had Dusko. I got it written down in my notebook.
We both got the underdog. Yeah, and I keep
I'm
looking at my phone, guys, because I wrote some notes on here just to remember certain stuff that I want to, be able to remember. But go ahead.
But yeah, Dusko, he looks like a really good fighter. When I was watching his tape, he's able to pressure. He's able to defend takedowns. He's a good all around fighter. I think he doesn't have a certain what they call it, mixed martial art. I think he's just like a freestyle fighter.
Style?
Yeah.
You don't have a certain style.
He's just a freestyle fighter. His striking ability is really good. His accuracy is 58%, which is good. If it hits almost 60%, I consider it good. Anything 60 or above in grappling, striking, or anything is pretty good.
Yeah, and all three of his losses are to really good opponents too.
Right, into super good.
They're all in UFC. They're all in the UFC, and they're all to good opponents. I think they're all in the UFC. Let me actually.
So let me double check on that. But yeah, and I think Dusko, if he ever gets taken to the ground, he can get right back up. If someone ever shoots on him, he could defend the takedowns. And yeah, I got Dusko here with the UFC experience. To be honest, Christian Leroy, when I was watching his fights in Cage Warriors, Christian Leroy's Cage Warriors as well too. He was champion Cage Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
It was Cage Warriors.
He was champ in Cage Warriors.
Okay, yep, it was Cage Warriors. When I was watching even his title fights with that competition he had, he still he leaves his chin in the air. I don't like when fighters do that. Like they just go swing wild and just like leave their hands like this and swing, just throws hooks. And that's what he does. He could get takedowns. He's a really aggressive fighter. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's really aggressive. But I think Dusko. I think Christian Leroy Duncan is nothing that Dusko could handle. It. Like you know what I'm trying to say. He's,
Yes, sir.
I think Dusko's gonna give him a hard time in his UFC debut. I'm not betting on this fight, by the way, but I think if it does go to decision. Which I think this fight does. I think it's going to decision because Christian Leroy Duncan, he's dog. He has heart. He'll fight. He'll brawl with you. But I think Dusko could handle all that. And Dusko is gonna give him a hard time in the UFC debut. Maybe come out with the win. And I'm actually rooting for Dusko Todorovic in this one. So the pick here is Dusko. Cray.
My pick is also Dusko. His 3 fights that he lost are all in the UFC. He's lost to
he came in 12-0.
Yup, Puna Soriano. He lost to Gregory Rodriguez, and he lost to Chitty. But
2 of those are really good fighters. Chitty and Gregory.
And Puna's not a bad fighter either. He's a really good fighter. He's a knockout artist. Puna is 9-3, 6 knockouts, 2 submissions. But other than that, he won his Contender Series, and he has 3 knockouts in the UFC. And his last fight, he knocked out Jordan Wright. I think Dusko is going to get the win because Christian Leroy when he fights, he don't know how to defend, or he just, I don't know. He leaves his hands down and he leaves his face open to get hit. And yeah, I think just Dusko's UFC experience and fighting higher level, higher caliber fighters. I think Dusko gets the win right here. I do think it's a close matchup, and I don't think it's bad to put money on Dusko to money line him. Not no parlay or anything, but it's not bad. If he's the underdog, I might put some money on him. And what was I gonna add? Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. But oh, that's what I was gonna say. I think it's gonna be a finish. I don't think it goes the distance. I think one way or another, one of them gets finished. But I'm going for Dusko. So that's my pick, Dusko. We both agree on this underdog.
Yes, sir. And I'm surprised he's an underdog. I don't know why people be thinking like. I mean, the only time I could see a favorite with the UFC debut is if they came in through either like the Ultimate Fighter or the Contender Series.
Yeah, that's one thing I will agree. I don't agree when these fighters that haven't fought any UFC caliber type fighter are just. He's not a big favorite, but for them to be favorites against actual fighters that have been there for. Dusko's been there for quite some time now, fighting high level fighters. So that's crazy that he is an underdog. I like him on this card, on this fight. So that's my pick. We agree on it. Yeah, the next fight is that fight that got added last minute.
I think so. Yeah. Next fight, yeah, Lerone Murphy.
Yeah, Lerone or Lerone? I don't see
Lerone.
Yeah, I think it's
Lerone Murphy. Yeah, something Lerone
Murphy.
Yep, Lerone Murphy. He 11-1. He's undefeated right now.
He's fighting at home.
Where are they fighting at?
London.
Oh my gosh,
he's from the
London.
UK.
He is not. He probably. Hey,
he's from the UK. The UK is London, isn't it?
I think so.
Huh? I don't know if he trains with Leon, but this is his third fight. Remember, his other two opponents pulled out.
Hey, yeah.
Not because they're scared. Obviously, something happened.
Boy, Lerone Murphy was gonna fight my boy Nathaniel Wood, and I have a feeling that Nathaniel Wood was going to be an underdog in this fight. And I was going to put all my money on my boy Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood is my favorite featherweight in the whole division. I'm sorry. Even he's one of my favorite fighters. He's top 5 favorite fighters for me. He's super good. He's slept on. I think he's going to go up to the top 5. Just give him like a year or two. And he's going to fight for the championship belt. I'm calling it. He is that good to me. But back to the event. Lerone Murphy versus Gabriel Santos. Lerone is 11-1. Gabriel Santos is 10-0. Did I just say
11? He's 11-0.
Thank you for correcting me.
The one is the no contest. I think it's no contest unless they fucking did a split draw.
I just read that a little wrong. My apologies. He is an undefeated fighter. My bad, Lerone. You're undefeated, okay? But yeah. I think Lerone got more UFC experience. Like I said, he won his last couple fights in the UFC. I think he only has 2 fights in the UFC. Or he probably has more. To be honest, he probably has like 5.
He has more.
He has way more. Huh?
He has a knockout. He has a knockout over Ricardo Ramos and a knockout over Amir Khan.
Those are the
really good knockouts.
Those are the only 2. That's why I said because those are only 2 fights I saw. The Americani versus and then the Ramos fight. But other than that, no, he's good. He's good with the stand up. He'll stand in the middle with you. He'll pressure and even in the ground, he's able to get back to his feet. He don't try to stay on his back too much. Like I said, he has that UFC experience. He's a good all-around mixed martial artist. I think he is a kickboxer though. Just looking at his style or looking at his his style, he's like either a boxer or kickboxer because he's really good on the feet, and even his striking defense is pretty good, as you can see at 62%. And But honestly, I don't know where he came from, what other organization he came from, because he is new to the UFC, but he's still undefeated after those few fights, and he looked good. He looked good in all those fights. And Gabriel Santos, I don't know. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready for this competition. They actually, for Gabriel Santos' UFC debut, I hope they gave him like a 3-fight, 4-fight, 5-fight contract, because this one he might lose. I think he's going to get his O taken away from him. He didn't look too sharp in his LFA championship fight. And he actually got knocked. He got dropped.
First round.
I just watched it before he went live. He got dropped first round. But it went to decision, and he ended up pulling the decision, and which is kind of crazy. But yeah. I got LeBron Murphy.
He ended up getting a knockout.
He did? I thought it was decision. Yeah. It was decision.
No, he ended up getting a knockout. It depends which one. There was two. He has 2 LFA fights, and he has a knockout in both. One of them second round. The other one was a third round knockout.
But I didn't watch the full fight, y'all. I watched till the second round. Because he didn't. I watched.
No. Either way, yeah.
I watched till the second round because he just didn't impress me. I said LeBron's.
He's gonna win either way. Yeah, either way, he's gonna win.
He's murking this fool. And to be honest,
Gabriel Santos slows down through the fight. His hand, he leaves himself open to get hit. He hasn't fought a real UFC caliber fighter.
I don't think so.
Lerone Murphy, on the other hand, he has 4 or 5.
He has fought 4 UFC caliber dudes.
4 or 5 fights in the UFC. He's only that one that the one is a draw. He had a draw with Tagir. What's his name? How do you let me?
No, but to be honest though,
Tagir is something. But Gabriel Santos has one good win on his record. That is Elvis Brenner. He beat Elvis Brenner. This was a few years ago, though. Elvis Brenner I think he was 21, and Gabriel Santos was like 23, 24. I don't know how old he was, but he was older. This was like 2019, so 2019. He was maybe 1-2 years older than him, so I don't know. But Elvis Brenner's now in the UFC. He just won his last fight. Remember, he was an underdog. We both had him as an underdog.
He was a plus 400.
Yeah, that's the only good win that he has on his record.
And me and my nigga Craig, and me and my bro Craig called that, bro.
Yeah, we had him winning, but I think in this fight, I think he gets beat. Lerone Murphy, he has a really good record. Not even just good record, but you look at the fighters that he's fought, and they're UFC fighters. He has 4 or 5 fights in the UFC. He's won all of them. I think he won 4 or 3, and he has 1 draw. So I think he's going to be at home, too. He's been in training camp. I don't know how long, but I know he's been training because he was going to fight a way tougher opponent in Nathaniel Wood. And then he was going to fight somebody else. I forget who it was, but the fight got canceled. And now this is his 3rd opponent that he's going to fight, Gabriel Santos, and I think he's going to win. So like you said, I hope Gabriel has a multiple fight contract because he ain't winning this fight.
He's not, because that's what I'm saying. This was a fight that they had to find an opponent for Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy probably was begging, was like, come on, I need this fight. I need a fight.
He wanted to fight at home, and this is Gabriel's first UFC fight.
And it's at home, right? It's in his backyard. So, and then they give him this fight. Perfect. This fight is going to make him look good. He will. This is going to be a sparring match. This is last minute, a 1 week's notice. It's going to be like a sparring match, and I think Lerone Murphy is the all-around better fighter, has the experience. But yeah, Gabriel Santos is going to take his first loss. Doesn't mean he can't get better, but yeah, the pick here is Lerone Murphy.
Both undefeated. Someone's losing.
I think it's Gabriel. Sorry. On to the next one. We got Mohamed Mokaev versus Rafael Fayol.
While you speak, I'll be back.
All right. We got Mokaev. I said Mohamed. Mohamed Mokayev, who was 9-0 versus Rafael Hill, who was 14-2. It's a flyweight matchup. These flyweights is no joke. These flyweights are, I think, the flyweight and bantamweight division are probably one of the best divisions in the UFC because they're just so technical, so fast. These guys are little, so they just move. They just move crazy. But yeah, the flyweight they got a bunch of great prospects coming up in the UFC. So and this matchup I am really excited for. I don't like how the UFC did my boy Rafael Fayol. They gave him Mohamed Mokayev. Like, why would they give him Mohamed Mokayev, bro? Like, this is his UFC debut. They just when people talk about throwing UFC fighters to the wolves and people debuting and throwing them to the wolves, that's what the UFC did to my boy Rafael Fayol. Mohamed Mokayev will be able to do whatever he wants
My
to.
bad.
No, you good, bro. I was just saying that how the UFC did my boy Rafael Fayol so dirty. When I was watching
him to the wolves or what?
Yep. Straight up feeding them to the wolves. When I was watching Rafael's
Yeah, I wanted a better run for him.
when I was watching his Contender Series fight, he looked good. He was the underdog in the fight. Not only he was an underdog, he won the fight in knockout last minute in the third round.
He battled adversity. He was getting his legs fucked.
And not only that, he was getting his legs chopped up. He said he could barely walk out the octagon, but he was still able to feel that.
He had to get carried.
He was still able to get that win over his opponent, which was really impressive. And I think I had his opponent. I was going for his opponent, but Rafael Fayol is the real deal. He's a dog. He will stay in the fight. He will die in that cage. But I think Mohamed Mokayev's skills are way better, to be honest. I wouldn't say the striking is better. I think Rafael's striking is way better. I think he is a kickboxer, and he could average takedowns, and he could defend takedowns. His takedown is 100%. So he is a really good fighter. But Mohamed Mokayev, he's a wrestler. His striking is not too good, even though his striking differentia is pretty nice. It's 55% accuracy, 54% defense. But he only throws his strikes to set up his takedowns.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of those strikes are probably when he already has full mount.
That's it.
You know,
and yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he'll throw like 3 strikes, like 2 strikes, and then change levels, go for the takedown.
Is that 8? My bad. He goes for 8. He averages 8.8 takedowns.
That's basically 9.
Yeah,
that's 9 takedowns a fight. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So,
but that tells you his opponents get up. But I think he wins. Yeah, the same. His nonstop relentlessness to just keep going and just wrestle and wrestle. That's what wins him fights, and I think it wins him this fight.
So, with Mohamed Mokayev, I got Mohamed in this fight. I don't like how Rafael Fayol. I don't like how the UFC did Rafael. I don't like how the UFC did him at all in this fight. They literally fed him to the dogs, and it's not like the fights got canceled with Mohamed. They straight up matched him in his debut. This is not only a test. This is like, yeah, no. That's why I think Rafael Fayol is gonna lose this fight, but he's gonna come back better and stronger in his next 3 fights. I already know. And he's going to stay in the UFC, and he's going to be a really good flyweight and a problem in the flyweight division. It's just that they're feeding him to the wolves right now, and I hope he is training hard to defend these takedowns because Mohamed Mokayev is no joke. Like I said, he doesn't strike. He will be on the feet with you for a few seconds, for a few minutes, but when he's on the feet with you, like I said, he's just defending the strikes. He's throwing only like a jab, probably a right overhand every once in a while. But if he once he gets in your face, standing up, he'll throw a couple strikes and go straight for the takedown. Like I said, he only throws strikes to set up his takedowns, and he will get you to the ground. And Rafael feel his takedown defense is going to go down from 100% probably to like 50% because Muhammad Mokaev is definitely for sure getting these takedowns on Rafael. So the
100%.
100%. So the pick here is Muhammad Mokaev for me. Okay.
I think Muhammad Mokaev wins too. I will say this though, Rafael Filo, however you say his name,
I said feel just
I
because in like Spanish languages they say the Y or they say the L like a Y kind of
I know what you're saying.
So I said
Want to
feel.
be Portuguese, but no, I will say this. Rafael, I think he has more of the dog in him. Where in the sense like if he's getting beat, he has way more heart than Muhammad Mokaev. That's what I think. I still think Muhammad Mokaev wins, but I don't think he's worth the minus 900 to put him in a parlay, a money line for
Not
me.
at
He's
all.
minus 500. Nope. Rafael has a chance, but realistically, it's like 1% chance. Muhammad Mokaev is getting those takedowns, and he's
And
gonna get
controlling him as well.
yeah, he's probably gonna have at least 10 minutes of control time in this fight. You know, if you have a sports betting account and you could bet on takedowns, put all your money on Muhammad Mokaev to get more takedowns or whatever the props are with takedowns on this fight, because Muhammad Mokaev is definitely getting them and he could potentially get a finish. I don't know. I
But
just
I
think he might
doubt it
miss this
because
fight.
Rafael
Yeah,
is
he's a good fighter. He's
he's
a
a
really good
dog.
fighter. I don't think they should have made him, fight Muhammad Mokaev, but it's all business for them.
It is
I
what it
wish he
is.
would have had an easier road into the UFC, Like no hate to Raul Rosas, but they gave Raul Rosas easy fight right away. You throw, Rafael Filo to somebody that
Will they give him Perrin? What was his name? Jay
Jay
Perrin?
Perrin, probably the worst
Oh
fighter
my!
on the roster. He got cut right after that, I
He
think.
got cut
Right
right
after
after
that
that
fight.
fight, bro.
I think he got cut. He's
Oh man.
But it's all good. And I don't agree with Raul Rosas being in the main card over Chris Curtis and I got his opponent. How the fuck did I forget his name right now?
This dude hates Raul.
No. No, I just think they did a lot of fighters dirty that didn't get contracts when they got finishes. Bo Nickel had to go
It's
for a
all
second fight.
it's all
Raul,
business,
it's
like you said.
yeah,
It's all
yeah. Hey,
business.
Raul Rosas got a contract when he didn't get a finish, only because he's young and got all this hype behind his name. But he's a really good fighter. He's a good fighter if they build him up right. But
To be honest, Rafael Fayil, he beats Raul Rosa if he went up a weight.
yeah, this is
Right now, right now.
he's fighting lower. He's fighting lower
It's a
than Raul
flyweight
Rosas.
matchup.
Yeah, this
It's
flyweight.
125. So that's why I think, hey, Rafael, he does. I don't know if he has a chance. He has a chance in the striking if he's able to defend the takedowns and to beat him up in the clinch or get away from him and just keep it on the feet. Rafael Fayil has a chance to win this fight, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Hold up,
Mohammed
because I'm still
Mokaev.
tripping. How'd I forget my dog's name? He was supposed to fight Imavov, and he was the underdog. I could picture him, bro. Like this, like what?
Well, Mohammed here is the
Uh,
pick. Craig, you choose Muhammad as well.
I do. I choose Muhammad.
He's the better all around fighter. He's actually proven his name in the UFC.
Boom.
He's a
Kelvin Gastelum. That's the fighter. I got Kelvin Gastelum beating Chris Curtis, but Raul Rosas, he's getting a fight on the main card, while you got UFC veterans Kelvin Gastelum and Chris Curtis on the prelims. That's crazy. That is crazy. To me, that's crazy, bro.
it's business, baby.
That's crazy.
Well, we're gonna go on to the next one. Muhammad Mokaev's the
Next,
pick here.
next fight.
We got Sam Patterson versus Yanal Ashmal. Sam Patterson is 10-1. Yanal Ashmal is 6-0, undefeated. And for me, I got Yanal Ashmaz in this fight because I think he's an all around really good fighter. He's a freestyle fighter. He if you look in his most recent fight, which is in the PFL Challenger Series, he does look like a wrestler. Like literally, he looked like Khabib in there. He's not Khabib. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, but just he was holding his
He
opponent.
grinds his opponents
He was
against the
grinding.
fence.
He
He
was
grinds them down.
he was grinding his opponent against the fence, ground and pounding, and on the feet, he looked good on the feet too. He was able to stand there, strike with his opponent really nicely. He was technical with his strikes, and he was able with his strikes. He was able to set up his takedowns, and he got his takedowns every time on his opponent, or at least his last opponent, his last PFL fight, and he just looked really good all around. And his opponent wasn't no scrub. Damn, I forgot his opponent's record too. His record was good. His record he fought a good guy. he so that's why Yanal Ashmas, honestly, his opponent it could be good in the UFC in the last PFL Challenger series.
No, any PFL fighter, they're good. They're good fighters. They're good level fighters. If you come from PFL, they're good.
So Yanal here, he won. He didn't finish him. He got the win in decision, but he dominated the whole fight. He controlled him on he controlled his opponent on the ground. He controlled the fight on the feet. But Sam Patterson, on the other hand, he comes from Brave FC. Brave FC, they got good fighters, but to be honest, in his fights, what I saw, he was getting messed up in the first round. First round or two, he was getting dropped. He got dazed. He was getting control taken down. But he is a dog. He doesn't, I wouldn't say he has a chin. He can't get knocked out. He does not have a chin. But he did, in his fights, he did stay in those fights when he was dazed. When he was rocked, he did stay in the fight. He was able to clinch onto his opponent. He's smart. He clinches onto his opponents when he's dazed. He was able to get a takedown actually in one of his fights when he was dazed, because he just shot straight for the legs, boom, took him down, ended up getting the TKO. But yeah, Sam Patterson, he's no joke as well. But I think Yanal here is better all around, has better experience, probably has been fighting a little longer. It looks like Sam Patterson, he leaves his chin wide open. He could get knocked out. He could get taken down. He doesn't even try to go for the takedown. He just likes to stand straight up. I think he might be a kickboxer. But yeah, I got Yanal in this fight. I think Yanal can control Sam Patterson on the ground, even on the feet. It's no worry on the feet because, like I said, Yanal, he will set up his takedowns with his strikes. So I think Yanal Ashmas controls this dude, gets all 3 rounds, to be honest. So the pick here for me is Yanal Ashmas. How about for you, Cray?
I think this is close-ish to a pick'em fight. I don't think the odds should be what they are. I think Sam Patterson is close to a -300, if I'm not wrong. I might be mistaken.
Yeah, he's like a -250 or something. Yeah,
-2 something, high 2 something. That's what I thought I seen, and I don't think it's worth the money, because I think this is a really close fight. Yanal Ashmov, however you say his name, like you said, he grinds his opponents against the cage. He takes them to the ground. He has really good ground and pound. He's a good fighter. He's a really good, well-rounded fighter. But I think Sam Patterson wins. I mean, I know Sam Patterson gets clipped a lot and he gets rocked in a lot of his fights. But his
chin is like this when he swings.
He has that dog in him. And I think on the big stage right now, where he's about to fight in London on a pay-per-view card, I think he might pull through. I feel like he feeds off the energy of the people in the building and the crowds and all that. I think he wins this fight. I think it's closer to a 50-50 fight, a pick'em fight, but
that's how I feel too, because
I lean towards Sam Patterson.
This is both of their debut.
Yeah, he's a dog. Sam Patterson won in the Contender Series, and I usually like those fighters. Right here, I lean slightly towards Sam Patterson, but I know Yanal has a chance. It's just I haven't seen enough from Yanal to convince me that he could win this fight. And I've seen Sam Patterson. Yes, he gets beat.
No, Sam Patterson is active.
He's a dog.
He's
a
active.
dog.
He's an active fighter.
He's active, and he's a dog. You hit him, he's not gonna fold. He's not gonna, just want out of the fight. I think he's the type of fighter. He's gonna keep fighting through it. Trying to get a win. So I think Sam Patterson gets a win right here, but I wouldn't put money on it. Not on this.
I might sprinkle some money on Yanal Ashmaz. I might sprinkle I'll probably put $20 on him. He is I would say he's not a slight underdog. He's honestly, once it goes past slight, which is like a -2 or plus 200 or something,
like over 170, 180 is
yeah. So I might sprinkle like $20 on him, like 0.3 units on him, like $30 or something, just to win a little money back. Because I do think can get this win. And like Craig said, this is a pick'ems. It's more of a pick'ems fight because they're both debuting.
The odds should be closer.
And Sam Patterson is a dog.
If you think Yanal wins, this will not be a bad fight to put money on. But I think Sam Patterson wins. I just don't like the odds at what he's at. So that's my take. That's not bad. You got Yanal. That's not a bad money line.
On to the next one. Fudge.
Jack Shore.
Y'all see that?
I don't got nothing to say about this card. I think about this fight. I think Jack Shore by whatever he wants. I think.
Yo, Craig don't even gotta break it down for y'all. Hey, it's Jack Shore all the way, baby.
On a parlay, is 100% luck.
All right, so for me, I think Jack Shore steamrolls this dude. Jack Shore has the striking. He has the stand-up striking. He has the grappling and the takedowns, and he's hard to get taken down. He's a really good all-around UFC fighter, and I got Jack Shore all the way, baby. Makwan, yeah, you don't stand a chance. I'm sorry. It might go to decision, or Jack Shore might finish you with the TKO, but we got Jack Shore in my parlay. Jack Shore is the second leg to my parlay. So in my parlay in my three-way parlay we have Juliana Killer Miller, and then we have Jack Shore, which is my second, and once we get to the third leg, I'll let y'all know, and then once we get to my money line underdog, I'll let y'all know as well. So yeah, Juliana Miller and Jack Shore, parlay them up. On to the next one. Next up, we got Chris Duncan 9-1 versus Omar Morales 17-8. Oh, this fight it's I wouldn't even say it's a pick'ems. It's weird. I think Omar is the favorite. Omar has to be the favorite. I think he is the favorite, and I choose Omar Morales in this one. Omar, he has the UFC experience. He is a little old. He's 37. He's pushing 40, but he's still a good all-around good fighter. He has that UFC experience. He's fought people like Christian Duncan, or if he I don't know. Even the people that Omar has fought, Christian Duncan will lose to, I feel like. And Omar, like I said, Omar has the UFC experience. He is a great striker. He's good on the ground. He could take you down if he wants to. He could control you on the ground, and his jiu-jitsu off his back. He's able to give out. I wouldn't say he has jiu-jitsu. He has slick jiu-jitsu off his back, but he's able to get back up to his feet and stand back up with you. Chris Duncan, on the other hand, he will stand and bang with you. He leaves his chin in the air and just swings. And he has 2 Contender Series fights. In his first Contender Series fight, he got knocked out. He got knocked out bad. In his second Contender Series fight, he got dropped, and he didn't look good. He did not look like he improved his skills at all. He looked like the same exact fighter from his first Contender Series fight, but he just ended up, he came through. That his opponent was coming through with that killer instinct finish, but Chris Duncan is a dog. When he's dazed, when Chris Duncan is dazed, he will either shoot for your legs, he will shoot for the takedown, or like he did in his second Contender Series fight, he just threw that overhand right. He did boom and just and caught him, and he has that power. Chris Duncan has power.
Recover. He knows how to recover.
Chris Duncan has power, And I'm not gonna lie to y'all about that. So Omar has to watch out for that power when he does swing. But I think Omar Morales could keep it safe in the octagon, could keep his distance, could land more, a little bit more strikes, not significant strikes, but outstrike him a little bit. And when it comes to the ground, if he takes Chris Duncan to the ground, I think Omar Morales' ground game is better than Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan's takedown game, wrestling game, is better than Omar's, though, I would say. Because Chris Duncan can take you down when he is dazed, and he did that in his Contender Series. So yeah, this is a really 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 close fight. At first I was leaning towards Chris Duncan, but now I'm going with experience here. Omar Morales is my pick. Cray, what do you think?
I went with experience on a couple of the earlier fights, but on this fight specifically, I think it favors Chris Duncan. Omar Morales is a more technical. He's probably a better striker. He. How would you word it? He's just he is a better striker to me. He's a better striker, but
And this fight's gonna stay standing up too. I think so.
He lost 3 of his last 4 fights. 2 of them, though, he moved down in weight. He moved down to 145, and he tried the 145. He lost both of his fights at 145. To Giga Chikadze, and the other one, I forget who. Nate Landwehr? No, I don't know who.
It was Nathan Landwehr. Yeah,
It was
Nathan
Nate Landwehr?
Yeah.
I'm not 100%, but it might be. And then
he looked good in those fights still, though.
He moved back up to lightweight, and he got knocked out. His last 2 fights, he got finished. And I don't see him finishing Chris Duncan. He's a really good fighter, but I think the dog in Chris Duncan I think he gets the W right here. I think this is like a pick'ems fight on the when you go to bet on them. I think it's like a pick'em fight. I think Chris Duncan is like -110, Omar's -120. I lean towards Chris Duncan on this fight. I think it should be a good fight for him to, show that he belongs. I don't think he's a top level fighter or a good caliber fighter. I mean, he's decent, he's good, but I don't think that he could be like top 10 fighters in the lightweight division. That's a stacked division, but I think he should be able to beat Omar Morales. Omar Morales is a really good fighter. He went 10-0 in lightweight division before he moved to featherweight. I don't know why he would move to featherweight after being 10-0, but after he did the move, he's lost 3 of his last 4. He lost 2 in featherweight, and he came back to lightweight to lose to I forget his name. I want to say I don't know his name, but he lost that lightweight, and I don't know. Coming off of 2 losses, I think he loses. Chris Duncan showed that he could take a hit and come back and win. So I got Chris Duncan on this fight. I think he might get a knockout.
Which I don't blame you. I could see that too. I was leaning towards Chris Duncan at first, but after seeing
Omar Morales' he lands almost 7 strikes per minute. Obviously, these are not UFC fighters. These are not UFC fighters. Don't think.
I think this is a Contender Series fights. These are both his Contender Series fights. That's it.
But he's a really good fighter. If you look at what he lands, though, he absorbs more than what he lands. He absorbs 7.9, and he lands 7.1. So he gets hit. They're both pretty close though, because even Omar, he gets hit 3.12 strikes per minute, and he lands 3.14. So they both are pretty accurate. Whatever they put out, they're gonna receive. So I don't know. I think I lean slightly towards Chris Duncan on this fight. I think he might.
That's why I was leaning
pull it off
with Chris Duncan at first, because he does have the power. He has the power to put someone out, but Omar is more technical and calculated, and he I think he's able to get in decision. But like you said, Chris Duncan is a dog. He could put someone out. Yeah. So.
He's always live, even when he's hurt. He's still a live fighter. He's crazy, but I wouldn't bet on this fight. This fight is probably the closest fight in my eyes on this card.
Whole card. Yeah.
So I would stay away from this one.
On to the next one.
We about to get to the
we got Marvin Vettori 18-6 versus Roman Doldezi,
I think
12
this is the
and
opening
1.
fight pay-per-view
And
card.
I think this is the opening fight for the pay-per-view card. And uh, I don't gotta say too much about this. Roman Doldezi is gonna win this fight,
Or
and
split most of the
he
card.
has the. I think Roman Doldezi has the ability to finish Marvin Vettori. I think Roman Doldezi, people are asleep on him. He is a little. I wouldn't say he's new to the UFC, but he is. He's newer to the UFC. Marvin's been in the UFC longer than him.
He's been in it longer.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So Roman, he's going to make his statement. His title is own. He's gonna make it in the top 5. He's gonna be able to get his champion title
But
shot.
just because he's fresher though doesn't mean anything because he's 5 years older than Marvin. I
don't care. Let me finish my breakdown. How about you let me finish? Roman Doldezi is gonna win this fight. Marvin Vettori, he's a distance fighter. He fights everyone to go to distance. He's a safe fighter. His accuracy 45%, his defense is 59% in his striking. But I think Roman overall is a better striker than Marvin Vettori, as you can see in the stats, just by a little bit. But I think this fight, I think Roman Doldezi is going to take this fight to the ground because he can take it to the ground. His takedown accuracy is 53%, and his defense is 33%. So even if Marvin Vettori takes it to the ground, Roman Doldezi's ground game, to me, is very elite. So all the fights I saw, Roman's ground game is really elite. He could scramble really well. He could get on top of you. He's able to pass a bunch of people's guards and get in the full mount. If y'all saw what he did to Jack Hermanson in his last fight in a 1 week last minute notice. And that was crazy. He finished Jack Hermanson. Jack Hermanson is a really good wrestler as well. He's known to be a wrestler.
I didn't expect that from
No one did. I did. I said Roman Doldezi.
He did. He had Roman winning that fight.
I was confident on Roman. I was like, wow, Roman's an underdog in this? Because Roman, even in his fight before that, I forgot who he fought before that. I can't think of it. But he finished. He finished him. And Marvin Vettori, he fights to the distance. Even in his fights with Izzy Adesanya, he was getting pieced up. He was getting dominated, and all his other I think to be honest, his only losses I think is to Izzy and to Robert Whittaker.
In the UFC,
he just lost to Robert Whittaker.
I think he might have one more loss in the UFC. If not, those are the only losses in the UFC.
Right.
Twice to Adesanya, once to Whittaker.
And I was going for Marvin and Robbie. Robbie exposed Marvin. Hey, I looked dumb as hell. Robbie is really good in the middleweight division. Now, if this was Robert Whittaker versus Roman, that's like, okay.
Robert would destroy him. That's not even.
I don't know.
Not even a question.
We got to see after this fight. I think Roman Doldezi has the ability to finish Marvin Vettori in this fight, and I am so high on Roman Doldezi. So the pick here for me on B Hydro, aka Big Splash, is Roman Doldezi, and he is my underdog of the week. I have a unit on Roman Doldezi. Cray, what do you think about this matchup?
It's not bad. It's not a bad pick. It's a close fight, but I think Marvin Vettori, he is a fucking tank, and I think he, no matter what Roman throws at him or comes at him with, I think Marvin Vettori will pull it out. Marvin Vettori has never been finished. I don't see Roman Doldezi finishing him. He fought Izzy twice. He fought Robert Whittaker twice. Obviously, Robert Whittaker could have finished him if he wanted to. Izzy, he could have probably finished him, but it was either way. He's never been finished in the UFC or before the UFC. Marvin Vettori has never been finished. I don't see Roman finishing him. I think he's a more well-rounded fighter. I do think Roman Doldezi is a more well-rounded fighter, but I don't think he finishes Marvin Vettori. I think as the rounds go on, Marvin Vettori, just being the tank that he is, I think he wins more. He wins it in rounds. I think it goes the distance, and I think Marvin Vettori wins the later rounds. I think at first it might be Doldezi, but I think as it goes on, Marvin Vettori takes it. So I'm leaning towards Marvin Vettori. Like you said, his only losses in the UFC are to really high-level fighters. He's also beaten Jack Hermanson. He beat him in a decision, but he won. He beat Paulo Costa when Paulo Costa was weighing, 215 or more than that? He beat really good fighters. Marvin Vettori is underrated. I went against him when he fought Robert Whittaker because, in my eyes, Robert Whittaker is the best middleweight. I think he beats Alex Pereira. I do. Obviously, he lost twice to Adesanya, but I think Robert Whittaker beats Alex Pereira. But back to this fight. I think Marvin Vettori takes it. He's only lost to high-level fighters. Roman Dolidze is a really high-level fighter, but he ain't. He's not as good as Whittaker or Adesanya. I think Marvin Vettori could pull off a decision win. I don't see a finish. There could be a finish, but I think Marvin Vettori pulls off a decision win. That's my take.
Which is not bad. Yeah, this is Marvin Vettori is he's a really good fighter. He's an elite fighter. He's
good.
Top ranked number 5, or he's in the number 5
like
top 5 rankings
3, 4,
for
5.
a reason.
He's somewhere there.
Yeah, he's top 5 ranking for a reason. He's fought for the championship belt for a reason, but I think it's Roman Dolidze's time. I don't care about his age.
Obviously, there's always going to be a new big fucking star.
You feel me?
To take over.
And I think Roman Dolidze is a problem for the.
And realistically, he's not old. Obviously, I was saying earlier he's 5 years older, like as if he was old, but he's not old. Look at fucking how the fuck did I forget his name? Glover Teixeira. Glover Teixeira, 42 years old when he became champ, or 40 to 42 when he became light heavyweight champ. Excuse me for burping.
Niggas gotta make that. They gotta make that money, bro.
Yeah, it's never too late. He's almost 10 years behind Glover. He could become champ. I just think he loses this fight. I don't know.
Well,
my take. If Marvin was an underdog, I would put money on him. I think he's the favorite in this fight, though, huh?
I'm not gonna lie. If Roman Dolidze was the favorite, I'll put him in a parlay. I would have.
Never.
I would have.
I think Marvin wins either way. It's just I'm not gonna bet nearly 200. He's minus at least like minus 180 to 200. I'm not gonna put 200 to make 100. And I don't want to risk putting it in a parlay just because I do think this is a close fight. I just think Marvin Vettori is a better fighter, and I think he pulls off a decision win, not a finish. I think decision.
Yeah, he's a decision fighter. That's what I'm saying. Roman is a dog.
And I don't.
He goes for the kill.
And I don't see Roman finishing Marvin. If Izzy didn't finish, he's never been finished. Izzy didn't finish him. Whittaker didn't finish him. Paulo, everyone that he's fought in the fucking middleweight division, he's fought killers. But hey, this is a really good matchup.
It's not a bad
pick.
This is a really good matchup to show Roman Dolidze's skills. I'm not gonna lie. This is a great matchup to show Roman Dolidze's skills and to see if he could hang in the middleweight division for real.
Yep. Yeah. No. If he wins this fight, then he shows that he is a top 5 level fighter, and then you feed him. After this, you have to feed him Paulo Costa, because I think Paulo Costa is still in the top 5.
Paulo Costa.
No, he beats Paulo Costa easier than he beats Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori beat Paulo Costa, but
right.
I think I'm not 100% sure. I think Paulo Costa is still ranked in the top 5. So if he beats Marvin Vettori, you're not gonna give him Alex, you're not gonna give him Izzy, you're not gonna give him Robert. That's already the first 3: champion, ranked 1, ranked 2. What's Vettori? I don't know. He's 3 through 5 somewhere. He has to fight. He beat Jack Hermanson already, so he's not gonna fight him. He has to fight Paulo Costa, because who else is up there? Middleweight? Hamzat ain't even middleweight though.
He's welter, yeah.
Hamzat's welterweight, but he calls out middleweight fighters. He calls out middleweight champs. That's like, come on, man. You could fight. I would like to see him fight Hamzat. Roman versus Hamzat.
That'll be a great fight.
That'll be a good fight. I think
that's Roman.
A 50 fight. I think that's a 50-50 fight. Because, hey, Roman is 6'2". Hamzat is 6'3", so they're damn near the same height. I think the reach is going to be similar.
I think Roman's stronger.
Him and Hamzat is a good fight. Him and Hamzat is a really good fight. But
we're split. So you got Marvin? This. Yeah, we're split. I got Roman.
We're split. I think it should be
Craig got Marvin.
Odds. On to the next.
On to the next one. We got Gunnar Nelson, 18-5 versus Brian Barberena, 18-9. They got similar records. They are the same age. I'm not too sure. I think Gunnar Nelson has been in the UFC a little bit longer than Brian Barberena.
I think so too.
But I didn't like his striking percentage here on paper or on the internet, because when I was watching tape, Gunnar Nelson, he's a good striker. He had that same style. He has the same style as Stephen Thompson, like that karate taekwondo.
Karate fight. Yeah,
You know?
he got that karate stance.
Yeah,
But
and
I think Brian Barberena shits on him on the feet. I think he does. I think Gunnar Nelson has to take it to. He better, because I think he wins, but I think he better take it to the ground.
so
He has to. I think though. Go ahead,
my
bad.
nigga, you gonna let me finish my
Fuck
take,
you. No,
my breakdown?
fuck you.
You just
don't get
gonna
no
interrupt
breakdown
me
this
every
fight.
time I try to break a fighter down? You just gonna interrupt me?
You don't get no breakdown this fight. Hurry up.
I could end this live right now, nigga. I could end this live right now. I could end this whole thing.
End it. Ah.
I'm just playing now. All right, well, so what? Back to what I was saying is that I don't like how on the internet they have his striking differentiate, because Gordon Nelson is a good striker. He's a great striker. He'll get you with a bunch of kicks. He'll go low, medium, and high, which is leg, body, and head. He'll kick you with everything. He's also he'll counter strike you as well, which I noticed. He's a good counter striker. He will get hit, but he will strike you, or he'll counter strike you. And when it comes to ground game, he's good at grappling. He has a good takedown defense. In the fights I've seen, his takedown defense was really good. He's only got taken down like one time in his last 3 fights, and everything stays standing up. And even if it goes to the ground, he's able to get his takedowns on other opponents and grind them out as well, and until the round ends. I wouldn't say he looks for submissions. He doesn't really look for submissions, but he likes to get you to the ground and pound you. And if it's on the feet, he'll get you with his karate, with all his kicks. He throws them kicks. He likes throwing his feet. But so therefore, I think, and Brian Barberena, let me say this about Brian Barberena. He steps up last minute with good UFC fighters. He's known to win last minute, like a last week, 3 days notice, and he's knocked out fighters doing that. So that's why this is a dangerous fight for Gunnar Nelson. I personally, have Gunnar Nelson in this fight, with the striking, with the takedowns, with the ground and pound. I think Gunnar Nelson is able to get this to either a TKO, maybe a decision. I think most likely a decision, but Brian Barberena is scary. He does have hands. He will stand and brawl with you. He does have the power. He knocks people out last minute. You don't need that training that much. He's dangerous. Brian Barberena is a dangerous dude, but I think Gunnar Nelson is the more technical striker, is the more technical fighter, and all around better fighter. So the pick for me is Gunnar Nelson. Cray.
Oh, I can speak now?
Yeah, you can speak.
Fuck you. Alright. I think Brian Barberena, he's got way better hands. To be honest. I think Gunnar Nelson, he has really good kicks. He's got the karate stance. I think he throws body, leg, head. He throws everything. He's got really good kicks. But I think his route to success is wrestling. I think he needs to take this to the ground. Just keep literally, if Brian Barberena gets back up, keep going for a takedown, keep taking it to the ground. It's not gonna be a dirty fight, but just be relentless with those takedowns, and I think Gunnar Nelson will get an easy win if he takes it to the ground. If he tries to fight, just stand there and bang, I think Brian Barberena has a chance at catching him. Excuse me, fuck. I think Gunnar Nelson wins, though. No matter what, I think he wins. But Brian Barberena has a better chance if Gunnar Nelson tries to strike, which I really hope he doesn't, because like you said, those numbers, they don't look as accurate as when you see Gunnar Nelson fight. When you see him fight, it seems like he's throwing way more than 1.8 strikes per minute. I swear it seems like he's throwing a lot more kicks than that. At least like 5 kicks per minute, it seems. But, you know, those are the numbers that
Well,
it
it's talking
shows.
about landed, like you said, yeah,
Yeah. No. Landed, strikes landed per minute. It's 1.8. I think he throws between 8 to 10. I think he lands at least close to 5. He's a decent fighter. He's got decent stand-up game. I don't like that karate stance. It doesn't work too much when you try and use it to strike. You know, Stephen Thompson has gotten finished by high-level fighters just because that karate stance it doesn't work against high-level fighters. But Brian Barberina is not a super technical high-level fighter. He's more of just a straight power puncher. But I think Gunnar Nelson takes it right here. I think he is going to be not relentless, but I think he gets the takedowns when he needs them, and he gets that control time. Maybe a submission. I don't think he gets submission. I think he might go the distance, but I think Gunnar Nelson wins.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I honestly thought you were gonna go for Brian Barberena.
Uh-uh.
That's crazy.
I
That's
think
good.
Gunnar Nelson's wrestling, bro. Like, yeah, he's a karate background, taekwondo back. I think it's karate, not taekwondo. I think it's a karate background, but just that karate background, I don't see it really work, that good against high caliber fighter. Like, look at Stephen Thompson when he fights high level fighters. That's when he loses. But
Hey, he
I
did
don't
really good
know.
against Kevin Holland.
Yeah, that was a really good comeback fight
That
for
was a
Stephen
good.
Thompson.
That wasn't even a
That was
comeback
a
fight. That was
great
a
that
great
no
performance.
no I'm saying comeback as in like for him to
Oh,
come back
okay.
and fight. You feel
Yeah,
me? Like not as in like he was getting beat up because he obviously dominated that fight.
he
But
did.
that was a good fight for him to come back and get back into the sport type shit. Like he did good. He did really good. But
I I did have Gunnar Nelson in my parlay, but I took him out, and
oh,
my
I
boy,
thought you were about to say you got Brian. When you said I did have Gunnar Nelson, I thought you were gonna switch to Brian.
no,
Brian has a chance. He has a chance.
he
That's
does.
if it stays standing.
That's
I
what I'm
don't think Gunnar
saying.
Nelson is a parlay piece. I think he wins, but I don't think it's a parlay piece. I
No,
think he
yeah,
needs to just play chess. Don't play checkers.
yep, exactly.
You know what you're good at. Use it effectively. The exact
Well,
same way. Hey, the exact same way. Who was it? Dominic. DC. DC told Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel asked him for advice before his fight. They tried to Chris Weidman trained with his opponent with Jamie Pickett, and he was trying to get Bo Nickel to give out information on his game plan. And then yeah, DC gave Bo Nickel some advice, and he's like, you know what you're good at, and if it's working for you, basically like don't abandon that shit. Like make sure if that's what's working, if wrestling is what's working for you, use your fucking wrestling. And sure enough, he got his fucking submission win. You
easy.
feel me? Hey, easy money that night with him. But back to this shit. My bad. We're going way off topic.
I know.
Gunnar Nelson is
So
winning.
we both
We both got
are
Gunnar
high.
Nelson.
I'm high on Gunnar Nelson. I think Gunnar Nelson is just a better all around fighter. They're both the same age, and
Yeah,
I think he is.
he should get the W.
He should get the W. So before we go to the next one, Cray, start him off with the next slide, because I have to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. So get him started with the next slide. On to the next one. We got Joanne Wood 15-8 versus Luana Carolina 8-3. Cray, start him off.
Joanne Wood has had a crazy career. She's been in the UFC for a long time. She has an up-down career. She's won some. She's lost some. She's getting old. She's 37. And then on the other end, you got Luana Carolina, who she beat Priscilla Cachoeira, but then she got knocked out by Molly McCain, that crazy spinning back fist or crazy spinning elbow, not back fist, crazy spinning elbow that put her out. So her last fight, she got knocked out brutally. And then on the other hand, you got Joanne Wood, who is 1-4 in her last 5. But the last 4 fights that she lost, they're all in the top 15. Not even top 15. I think they're all in the top 10. Alexa Grasso is the champ. She lost to the girl Talia Santos. Talia Santos gave Shevchenko a run for her money. Joanne Wood is a really good fighter. I think, as you can see right here, her strikes landed per minute are 2 times. She lands 2 more strikes than Luana Carolina, so I think she gets the W right here. And they both land 50%. But I think Joanne Wood, yes, she's older by what, almost 10 years, 8 years. She's older by 8 years, but she is a better striker. I think she's a better all-around MMA fighter. So I got Joanne Wood. I don't think she gets a finish, but I think she wins this fight. Hydro, you back, my boy. Give us your take.
Oh, my take on this matchup is honestly it's a really good matchup. It's a really close matchup. Joanne Wood, she's getting up there in age. She is. But her kickboxing is elite. I'm not going to lie to you. Joanne Wood, her kickboxing is slept on. She's really, really good on the feet, as you could tell with her striking differentiate. She's just really good on the feet. Even with her takedown, she can get a takedown and she could defend a takedown. So her all-around fighting, her all-around MMA is really good. Luana Carolina, her striking is decent as well. It's decent. I think Joanne Wood's striking is better than Carolina's because Luana Carolina, when she end up getting pieced up, she turns her back. She turns her head away. She turns her back. I've seen that a lot in multiple fights she had. So I didn't like that. I think she is a fighter to get finished. People say that people are sleeping on Carolina, but I'm like, no. She did not look good in their other fights. She does not go for takedowns. I don't think she has a ground game at all because all she does is defend takedowns. So if it went to the ground, I think Joanne Wood, if it ends up going to the ground at any point somehow, Joanne Wood can control Luana Carolina and on the ground end up getting a TKO, to be honest. But I don't think there's going to be any finish here. I think it's going to stay on the feet. Joanne Wood is going to get Carolina with...
Get her licks in.
He's going to get her licks in. Exactly what this dude said. He's going to get her licks in. Joanne Wood is just gonna fire on her. Joanne Wood's kickboxing is something else, bro. Mm-hmm. She is really good at striking.
No, those legs, she has really good leg kicks. Not even leg kicks, she has really good kicks.
Period.
I love. You know how high I am on Alexa Grasso. I rewatched her fight with Alexa Grasso today. She has some really good kicks in that fight. Mm-hmm. That's her last loss to Alexa Grasso. That's not a bad loss. Alexa Grasso is now champ.
What did that go to? Decision? Did it finish?
Nah, Alexa Grasso submitted her in the first round. Hey. Yeah, hey, Alexa Grasso's Alexa Grasso, my boy. But Joanne Wood did not look bad in that fight. Right. She didn't. While they were striking, because a lot of people, like you said, they're high on how you say Luana Carolina. Yeah. A lot of people act like she's a crazy knockout fighter, like she's some crazy, like, scary girl. She's not as good as people.
What I saw in her footage when she was getting pieced up, she turns her back. She literally turns away. She turns her back. Yeah. Joanne
Wood.
I think Joanne Wood could just outstrike her all 3 rounds.
That's what I'm saying. Joanne Wood is a UFC vet. She knows what it takes to be in the octagon. She knows what it's like. She hasn't fought, like, how do you say it? She's fought way tougher opponents than Luana Carolina. Anything that Luana Carolina throws at her, it's not like she hasn't seen it before. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Joanne Wood has seen everything. She's been there, done that.
Right.
She's been in the UFC for a while, and she's fought in a lot of high-level fighters. A lot of her opponents that beat her are literally ranked top 5. Like, they're really good fighters, you know? So she's not a bad fighter. Yeah, she's getting old. But I think she should win this fight fairly easy. I think she dominates, like you said, probably 30-27, maybe 29-28.
30-27. Hey, I think she dominates all 3 rounds with the striking. Yeah. Because I don't think this This matchup is not going to end up on the ground because if it does end up on the ground, it's going to be on Joanne Wood's terms, not on Luana's terms.
Yeah, Joanne Wood is just a better overall fighter. In my eyes, my opinion, she's a way better overall fighter. So
Joanne
we
Wood
both
is
agree.
the picker.
Joanne Wood.
Next, on to the next. Oh, we got the co-main event. Is this the co-main event?
This
is the co-main event. Hey. Oh my gosh!
You about to take a shot. If y'all watching for real, we about to start doing this shit. Whoever be watching when we live, we're gonna all take shots.
This nigga alcoholic over here. We're gonna take some shots.
I can't take a shot. Hey, I can't take a shot. I don't got no shot to take. But I take a swig.
West side. Hey, but I am
West side, East side, homie, North side, South. Nah, my bad. Hey, my bad.
Hey, I am more excited about the co-main event than the main event. Let me tell y'all that. My boy Rafael Fiziev, I just couldn't wait until he got back in the octagon after knocking out Rafael Dos Anjos. Is it Dos Anjos or Dos Santos? I don't know. I forget. I don't care. But
RDA, Rafael Dos Anjos.
Yeah.
You gotta say with the Brazilian though, like the.
I can't. That's why I asked you.
I don't even.
That's why I asked you, bro.
RDA. All you gotta say RDA.
RDA. Okay.
He
after Rafael Fiziev's knockout with RDA, I predicted the knockout as well. I put $20 on the knockout. I think the knockout was like a plus 450, or if I could remember, bruh. Still, just putting $20 on that is
really
good
payout,
bruh. Rafael Fiziev is no joke. He is a kickboxer, a straight up kickboxer. No wrestling or nothing like that, but he is able to defend takedowns. But that's why he will defend takedowns at all cost. But that's why his fights never get to the ground. I think he has a really good takedown defense, and he's able, with all his fights, he's able to control it. He's able to keep it on the feet when he wants to. And I think with Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev, this is going to stay on the feet strictly. No one's going to clinch up. Maybe a little bit of clinching, but no one's going to take each other to the ground. This is going to be a straight stand-up fight. And I think Rafael Fiziev is the more calculated, more technical fighter than Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is technical. I think he's more technical than people think he is. Because people think he just stands and bangs and just swings there. No, Justin Gaethje is pretty technical. The way he fought Michael Chandler was great. That win over Michael Chandler was huge. To me, in my eyes, I was like, wow. Justin Gaethje looked like that dude. He looked technical in that fight. He just looked really good. He was fresh still, even after the fight. But
that's good.
But Rafael Fiziev, I think Rafael Fiziev has what it takes. I think his striking, his stand-up is just more technical than Justin Gaethje. I don't think it's nothing that Justin Gaethje can't handle. I don't think it's that. But I think that Rafael could get the knockout. I think he could clip Justin Gaethje. But Justin Gaethje is known for having, only time I think Justin Gaethje got finished was in submissions. I don't think he's ever got knocked out.
I think he's been knocked out once.
Really?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
neither. But only 2 losses I've seen, he's been submitted. And other than that, I think Rafael Fiziev here can get the knockout. I think Rafael Fiziev has the power and has the skills, the kickboxing skills to put away Justin Gaethje. So my pick here is Rafael Fiziev. And he is the third leg to my parlay. That's how high I am in Rafael Fiziev in this fight. I think he could do whatever he wants in the stand-up to Justin Gaethje in this fight. Rafael Fiziev.
Okay, so Justin Gaethje has actually been knocked out twice. I knew it was by Dustin Poirier once, but I forgot he got knocked out by Eddie Alvarez. For some reason, I thought he beat Eddie Alvarez. But he got knocked out by Eddie Alvarez and Justin Gaethje back-to-back. And then his 2 other losses, all 4 of his losses are literally, they've all been champ. I think Dustin Poirier has been interim champ. Excuse me. But the rest have all been champ. Eddie Alvarez, champ. Khabib Nurmagomedov submitted him, champ. Charles Oliveira submitted him, champ. You know, they've all been super high-level fighters. Rafael Fiziev has also been knocked out, though. They've both been knocked out. Rafael Fiziev was knocked out by, I forget his name. Hold up. He was knocked out in the UFC by Magomed Mustafayev. Magomed Mustafayev knocked him out in 2019. So they both can get finished, you know. And I do think Rafael Fiziev is a better overall complete fighter. I do think he's a better mixed martial artist. You know, he's training in what is that place called?
Oh, that
I
Muay
want to
Thai
say
place in Thailand? In
In
Thailand?
Thailand, but it's called Tiger something.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
know.
Tiger
Everybody know what you're
something.
talking about.
But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He's training at a really high level. He's got a really high level team, training camp. Everyone around him, you know, is gonna be the best of the best. Justin Gaethje, on the other hand, he's training in Colorado. He's training with Kamaru Usman. They've had the same team for years. I forget what the fucking team is. I forget what gym they're representing or what. I forget, but they're all out of the same fucking team. And I think Justin Gaethje has been around the right people, the right coaches, the right trainers. That he's getting the right coaching. That he knows this isn't just a go out and bang fight. I think Justin Gaethje knows, hey, I got to go out there and play chess. And I think that's what he's going to do. I think I'm going for Justin Gaethje in this fight. Justin Gaethje is the underdog. I got Justin Gaethje winning this fight. And I think he's going to go out and play chess, do what he has to do to win the rounds and not worry about the fans. Because usually he's a fighter that fights for the fans. He tries to put on a show for the fans. But I think this time he knows how much this means. If he loses, he's probably not going to be fighting top level fighters for a while. You know, he's probably done. He's 34. You know, not that he's old. He's still young.
He's had a great career.
Yeah, you know, I don't think if he loses, this is going to be a bad loss for him. So I think he knows how much this fight means for him, and I think he's focused. He's training. You know, he's got the right team around him. He's got the right coaches. I think he wins right here. I got Justin Gaethje. I'm probably going to put a money line bet, at least one unit on Justin Gaethje. He's almost plus 300. He's plus 2 something. That's crazy.
Damn, and you're thinking about putting a money line on him?
Yeah, put a whole unit. $100 pays out damn near what? Plus 2 something? You're getting 3 something back.
Hey, and not only that crazy. Too, in this fight, hey, if they have odds, if they have anywhere odds of them having fight of the night, Gaethje, no.
Oh,
if Justin Gaethje getting fight of the night, Rafael Fiziev, or just their matchup getting fight of the night, put your house on that shit, because Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev is getting fight of the night. This fight card, it's not gonna be the main card. It's gonna be the co-main event.
Yes.
Yes.
I would say normally
it's gonna be this one.
No, normally I would say yes, but I think Justin Gaethje. It's crazy, bro. I don't want to say he's going for takedowns, but I think he's going to play chess, not check.
You think he's going to go for takedowns? He averages 0 take. He don't go for takedowns.
He don't go for takedowns, bro, but I think he might. You never know.
This thing is standing straight up on the ground. I mean, it's standing straight up on the ground. It's standing straight up.
I think it's going to be a stand-up fight, and I think they're both going to be, you know, I give you one, you give me one. If you look at their stats, both of them land as much as they put out. You know, Justin Gaethje puts out.
And Rafael Fiziev, if Justin Gaethje tries to get the takedown, Rafael's not going to let that happen. I know it.
Yeah, I know. I think Rafael is right now before this fight, because I don't know. We don't know what Justin's been training. We don't really know how good he is on the ground now. I do think though before this fight, I do think Rafael Fiziev is better on the ground. I think he's I think he's a better, more well-rounded fighter, but I still think Justin Gaethje's pulling this fight off. I think Justin Gaethje, I don't know. I just think he wins this fight. That's my opinion, my take, you know. Hey, we're just getting started. You know, I might not be able to speak exactly how I feel certain times. You know, you might not be able to put, you know, like we might not be the best fucking commentators and break down people, but
hey, we are the best. And I think Rafael Fiziev is gonna win, and we're just split in Justin Gaethje. So this is a pick'em.
Next fight. Hey,
to me, To me, this is a pick'em fight.
Yeah, the odds should not be what they are. Justin Gaethje
not at all.
Plus almost 300. I'm gonna put money on Gaethje just because he's that high.
But
I'm gonna put at least one unit. But
on to the next fight.
Hey, it's a good fight. This is probably fight of the night. As you can see, we don't agree. We're never gonna agree. So who wants to go next fight? Let's go next fight.
Next fight. Fight of the night. I think this is gonna be fight of the night. Next fight, we got the main event. Leon Edwards, 20-3 versus Kamaru Usman, 20-2. He was 20-1 until Leon Edwards knocked him the F out. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't going for Leon, but I was going for Kamaru. Kamaru was in my parlay, so Leon, he actually upsetted me. So that was very impressive, Leon. Leon is a great striker. He is a kickboxer. He has knockout power. His takedown defense is 68%, but I think it's better than that now. He is able to defend takedowns with any other fighter in the welterweight division. I don't know with Kamaru Usman, but and he averages a takedown. He did get that one takedown in the first round with Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards 3, and he did get that takedown. He looked really good in the first round, outstrike Kamaru Usman, but round 2, 3, and 4, it looked the same. It looked just the same as their first fight, But then Leon Edwards just comes out just out of nowhere with that feint 1-2, and then he kicks Kamaru Usman in the head, straight in the face, headshot, bang. Whatever Leon Edwards said. So that was really surprising, but to be honest,
dead.
Yep, that's what he said. Headshot dead. Headshot dead. Dead. Fuck yeah.
Hey, he did his thing. He did his thing.
And to be honest, I think Kamaru Usman got this in the bag. I think he's gonna get his championship title back. I was leaning towards Leon Edwards. To me, this is a pick'em's fight because Leon Edwards is a great striker. What he showed, what he could do to Kamaru Usman in his last fight was really, really impressive. Everybody was impressed. I don't care what you say. That no one expected him. No one expected how round one. No one expected round one how it went. No one expected that. And Leon Edwards is a better. I think he's a better fighter. But Kamaru Usman, he's gonna play a little safer this time. He's not gonna try to stand there and bang with Leon if it's the last minutes of the 5th round. I think he knows what
mistake on his part.
That was a huge mistake. That was a mistake on Kamaru's part. Yeah.
Yeah. Huge
mistake because Leon Edwards. It's not that Leon Edwards got lucky. Leon Edwards did not get lucky.
That was a calculated hit that they.
But Kamaru just was too confident. He
was being cocky. He was being too cocky. Took it to the ground and just got.
And Leon Edwards
time and finished the win.
And Leon Edwards is better than that. So Leon Edwards saw that, and Leon Edwards was like, okay, boom, boom, bam,
cocky for real.
Knocked him out, and yeah, Kamaru was stupid. It was literally the last minute. Kamaru could have ran circles, just laps around the octagon without the referee stopping or saying anything. Literally. So, yeah, that was a mistake on Kamaru Usman's end, and I think Kamaru's going to come back better and stronger. Leon, I love Leon Edwards. He is a great welterweight fighter. I think he is a problem in the welterweight division. He's going to stay number 1. I don't think no one else could beat him in the top 5, to be honest. I'm being honest with you. Not even Hamza. I think he will give Hamza the hands because Leon Edwards, his kickboxing is very elite. I think easy. And so, yeah.
I think Hamza's overrated.
Very overrated. But my pick here is Kamaru Usman being the all-around better fighter, being the all-around better wrestler. And Kamaru. Cray, what do you think?
I also think Kamaru Usman gets the W. Leon Edwards is going into this fight. He is 11-0. He has the longest undefeated, unbeaten streak in the welterweight division. But I don't want to say he got a lucky win. That was obviously a calculated, timed kick that he did. He obviously set it up with the, he threw the fake, and he got that finish. He won fair and square. But I think this time around, Kamaru Usman, I think he does what he's supposed to do, and I think he gets a clear-cut victory right here. I don't think it's even a question. I think he just dominates and he plays it safe. I think he got humbled off that last loss that he had to Leon, but I think Kamaru is a super safe parlay piece. That's me personally. I think Kamaru is a safe parlay piece, but apart from that, Leon Edwards, he's probably a better striker, but Kamaru Usman is a way better all around fighter. I think Kamaru Usman, he's like an all around elite, complete fighter. Like he was champ because of how complete of a fighter he was. Before that loss, look at the way he beat Kobe Covington. He beat Gilbert Burns. He beat all
Jorge
the best of the
Masvidal.
best. Knocked out Jorge Masvidal. Like, bro, cold. Like, bro, he is an elite fighter. People forget how elite Kamaru is. Yes, he got beat by Leon Edwards in the second fight, but I think he comes back this fight and I think he dominates. Like literally complete domination. I know Leon Edwards is at home. He's in his backyard, but I still think Kamaru Usman, just being the fighter he is, I think he dominates this fight. So my pick is Kamaru. Leon is a great fighter, but
A great
he's
welterweight
not
fighter. He will
he's
honestly. He will do really good in the middleweight division as well. I think.
who?
Leon.
Leon. Oh, you're saying if he moved up?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know if he moved up. If he moved up, I don't think so.
bro. I think he's beating Izzy for sure.
I don't think.
I think he beats
He doesn't
Izzy.
beat Robert. He doesn't beat Izzy.
You're a Robert Whitaker fan. No one's beating Robert Whitaker
bro.
to you.
Leon is nowhere near Robert.
Bro, Leon
Nowhere.
is so good at fighting. People
He's
are
a good
underestimating
fighter, but
him.
not Robert.
Bro, top 5 Leon Edwards in middleweight division. He is really good. Welterweight, bro, is nothing to him. He was able to knock out Kamaru. Kamaru is strong.
Bro.
I think Kamaru
Bro.
could take out the whole top 5
Hey.
in the middleweight division.
Nate Diaz could have finished Leon Edwards if he really wanted to. He was just being cocky and
Now
wanted
that
to
was a
flex.
crazy fight. Now Nate Diaz is a dog.
Come on, man.
Nate Diaz is something else. Nate Diaz will do that to anybody.
Well,
Nate
bro,
Diaz will surprise you.
yes, but Leon Edwards is not doing nothing to no top 5 in that 185.
I think
division.
so. I think Leon is that good of a fighter. Yeah,
I
he's
don't-
that good of a striker. He will outstrike.
He's
all
a good
them
striker.
little niggas.
He's a good striker.
Bro,
All-around
if Paulo Costa is still top 5, Leon Edwards should be top 5. Nothing like it's nothing. Paulo Costa is not a good fighter. Paulo Costa's
He's not a
loss,
good fighter.
bro. Paulo Costa's wins are from people that aren't in the UFC right now. Everyone who's in the UFC that he currently fought, he's lost to.
Yes, but
Come on,
Paulo
man.
Paulo Costa has nothing to do with the rest of the fucking division.
Yeah, he's
Leon
top
Edwards-
5.
Leon Edwards is
He's-
nowhere near.
He's top
Izzy
5.
Or Robert or
He's top
even
5.
Alex, bro. But you're saying Leon is top 5 in middleweight?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Top 5 in middleweight. I think so. Who's? I think he does better.
Let's see the rankings.
I think he does. I think Leon Edwards does better with Alex Pereira than Izzy Adesanya does with Pereira.
No, I think he gets. knocked
Niggas might think I'm
first.
crazy, but Leon Edwards is that good of a striker. His striking game is magnificent.
Magnificent?
Yeah,
Magnificent.
no, that's why I said it right. No, I corrected myself. Don't play with me. But yeah, the pick here for both of us, I guess, is Kamaru Usman.
Hey,
But Leon Edwards, people are asleep. What I'm saying is people are slept on Leon Edwards. He's been that dude.
hey, listen to the top 15 real quick. Top 15 for middleweight.
All right, let's go. Let's see if
Kelvin Gastelum,
Leon Edwards beats him.
Chris Curtis,
Leon Edwards beats him.
Andre Muniz,
Leon Edwards beats him.
Brandon Allen.
Oh, Leon Edwards beats him.
No, he doesn't.
If it goes, it's not gonna go to the
Nazardine
ground. It's not gonna go to the
Hey.
ground. That's why.
Nazardine Imavov,
Leon Edwards beats the fuck out of him.
Jack Hermanson,
Leon Edwards beats him.
Roman Dolidze,
Oh, dude, stop. Shut the fuck up.
Derek Brunson,
Leon Edwards beats Derek.
Sean Strickland,
Leon Edwards beats Sean. Easy.
Dracus Duplessis,
That's a good fight. Oh, fuck.
Paulo Costa,
He beats Paulo. He does. I think
Marvin Vittori,
he beats Marvin in a decision. Easy decision.
Jared Cannonier,
beats Jared Cannonier.
Robert Whitaker.
I think Oh, Robert is such a good fighter,
No.
dude. Robbie, my boy Robert Whitaker, I can't take that from him. He's
He
such a good
wins.
striker.
Robert Whitaker wins.
No,
No, bro, he does
but
not
not
lose
by
to
no
Leon.
fit. No, I think he might lose to Leon, bro. They're like the same height, same reach,
To
bro.
Leon, bro.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
tripping.
It's gonna stay
Robert
standing,
Whitaker
boy.
does not lose to Leon.
It'll stand standing.
Robert Whitaker is a complete fighter, bro. I don't think you understand.
It'll stay
how
standing.
he is. Robert Whitaker
And
takes
so
it
is
where he
Leon.
wants.
And Leon, his takedown defense is great. It's 68% on here, but to be honest with you, it looks like it should be better than that. He was able to defend takedowns from Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, but Kamaru Usman ain't Robert Whitaker.
Bro, he beats Kamaru. Kamaru Usman beats Robert Whitaker. Yes. Robert
bro,
Whitaker is out of here.
You're tripping.
Bye-bye, Robbie.
Bro, you're tripping. Kamaru Usman does not beat Robert Whitaker.
Yes, he does.
Robert Whitaker has at least 5 pounds on Kamaru Usman.
It don't matter.
Fight night. Bro.
No, I don't think so. I think they weigh the same at fight night.
Robert Whitaker would destroy Kamaru.
No.
Hey, it is what it is, bro. He would destroy
He said it is what it is. No.
Hey.
Okay, everybody.
Kamaru.
Who will win in a fight?
It's
Kamaru Usman versus Robert Whitaker. They are one division, so they could basically fight each other if they really wanted to. They can.
Yeah, if they wanted to. They're not going to.
Ever.
I think Robert Whitaker is a way more complete mixed martial artist.
You're slow as
Kamaru
fuck.
Usman.
You're just a Robert Whitaker fan for saying that.
You're so slow,
In
bro.
all realism,
slow.
Kamaru Usman is the all-around complete better fighter than Robert Whitaker. Robert Whitaker was a champion back in 2012, 2013, 2015. Like, nah, bro. Fuck that shit.
Bro,
Kamaru Usman is now, and he's facing better competition. Leon Edwards beats Robert Whitaker.
okay. If that's how you feel, bro, hey, that's how you feel.
It is all
Unless
about
you feel
opinion,
like
ain't
that.
it?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's how you feel. You can think that. Just watch. Hey, watch these fights play out.
This is going to be a really good fight card. I can't wait for it, honestly. But yeah, so this was our picks, predictions, and bets for UFC 286. So I have Juliana Miller, Jack Shore, and Rafael Fiziev in a three-way parlay, and then I money line Roman Del Desi because he is an underdog. Those are my bets for UFC 286, and I think those are the best bets that you could do for UFC 286.
Rafael Fiziev in a parlay, you're crazy.
You're crazy. I think Justin Gaethje, anyone going for Justin Gaethje is crazy.
Crazy. All right,
Michael,
let's watch these fights play out on Saturday
Let's do
at
it.
10 a.m. I got my parlay. I think Juliana
even got a
Miller was
parlay.
good. I haven't bet yet. I haven't bet yet, but I think Juliana Miller's good. I think Jake Hadley is good. Maybe not a parlay piece, but it depends what the odds are. I think Leron Murphy might be a parlay piece. I think he definitely gets the W. I don't know how I feel about a parlay yet, just because this fight is so last minute. But I do think Jack Shore 100%, that was a good piece. And then I think instead of putting, who'd you say, Rafael Fiziev, I think Kamaru Usman is a better parlay piece than Rafael Fiziev. I think Kamaru Usman or even Joanne Wood. Joanne Wood is a better piece. Gunnar Nelson is good, but I don't know about a parlay. I got a lot of underdogs winning this card, I think. So I got to go over this, see how I feel.
Not bad. But yeah, that is it for our prediction, picks, and bets for UFC 286. My name is
UFC
Hydro.
286
Breakdown, yes. My name is Hydro, aka Big Splash, and my boy Cray. Thank you for doing this with me today.
You already know. Hey, this is Premium Picks MMA. This is Premium MMA, but this is Premium MMA Picks we giving out to y'all for free right now. So y'all can roll with us. Y'all don't gotta roll with us, but one way or another, we going up. You feel me?
We're going up, you feel me? You feel me? Look at the hands. You see his hands? Yeah, you feel me? That little dude don't know how to talk.
Fuck you. I'll break your jaw through the fucking camera.
Nah, don't. Please, don't.
Fuck you.
Don't.
But, nah, this is our shit.
Stop cussing.
Hey, fuck you. We're both gonna get better at this. You know, we gotta get better at. Nah, for real. Hey, we gonna get more professional. You know, it is what it is, bro. We gonna get better.
So yeah. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. This is UFC 286, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3. My name is Hydro. I got my partner here, Cray, in the building. And thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe if y'all enjoyed the content. And that's it. Thank y'all.